It's time for Penguin Speaks.
I am coming down off of the high last night after watching the Pittsburgh Penguins beat the Ottawa Senators in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Eastern Division Finals. As you guys know, it was in double overtime. So they were tired. There were line changes like that, so they were pretty exhausted. So they are going to be home for the first two games against against Nashville. Said all this last night, so now we're moving on. I want to talk to you guys about a news story that I came across today, and it's pretty interesting. So apparently this guy in North Carolina, the sheriff went to his house because of a tip they got. They didn't say what the tip was about, but after I get to the rest of the story, I think it was a tip about illegal animal fights, meaning cockfighting. He said, I guess you hear about the opium. Well, no, but hey, thanks. So after investigating, they found out that he did indeed have about a football-sized field, over 2,000 plants, estimated at $500 million that they raided and got from this guy. Now, also, while they were looking into there, they did find like 40 dead chickens, so many, I don't know how many live chickens, but they had peculiar injuries to them. It was pretty obvious that he was doing some illegal chicken fighting back there. They also took over 350 animals. They didn't really go into details saying what the animals were, but they've also found like 40 of them dead in cages, and there were signs that he was actually conducting these chicken fights at his location there. That could be why they were investigating. Could have got a tip from a neighbor or something like that. That's just kind of crazy. He's being charged with manufacturing a C2 drug and opium trafficking. They're both felonies. He's going to be in jail a long time. I fully understand somebody going to jail for 20 plus years for having that amount of opium and growing it, and obviously to sell or distribute it. But I do have a problem with people who are spending 20 years in jail for possession of marijuana, especially when it's becoming legal in many states, because they're learning what the benefits are of it for even for kids that are having seizures and things like that. Now, they have oils and they have pills and stuff like that. You don't actually have to smoke it. Well, that does help a certain group of medical needy people. I just don't think we should be wasting our resources on housing people in prisons for a drug or for possession of a drug or selling a drug that is now legal, even recreationally, in several states. I don't smoke weed, pot. I don't take pills. I don't have oil. I don't do things like that. I only take medicine that I'm actually prescribed. However, I don't think that people should give up the rest of their lives because they were selling a drug that actually is legal. It's in places like Colorado, it's like buying a pack of cigarettes. I don't know how much it costs or what the taxes are on it, but that's pretty much with the same thing. They have it age restricted and things like that. Okay, enough talking about pot. Moving right along. This next one is quite strange. This is in New Delhi. A man dies after hitting himself over the head with a beer bottle. In New Delhi, a 23-year-old man died from injuries that he received while breaking a beer bottle over his head while he was dancing at a club. This is New Delhi, so you know they're crazy there. Anyway, he must have hit himself on the head with the bottle. He caused lacerations and damage to the left forehead area. Police escorted him to the hospital in the back of their car where he was being treated for the injuries. They're not going into detail, but he died from the injuries. So they're investigating both the CC cameras from the bar as well as questioning his friends. Okay, in Japan, a 50-year-old man dies after his porn stash collection falls on top of him. A 50-year-old man in Japan died after a porn stash collection fell on top of him. Cleaning crews found him, and his body had been there for 6 months that police are reporting. Now, his porn collection, they reported it was 6 tons. I'm not sure if that was the weight of what fell on him or if that was the overall weight of everything in his building. As you can tell by the picture, this man had porn everywhere. Stacks and stacks and stacks of it everywhere. This image is actually his body is underneath there right now. They took that when they went in. And that looks like it's a lot of weight, but I can't see that being 6 tons. But it was enough to kill him, apparently. Now in Melbourne, a guy won the lottery twice. Apparently he had several tickets that he was going to buy or did purchase. And mistakenly, he accidentally put two of the same numbers in that group. So he had one ticket that had the same numbers on it. Well, those numbers were drawn and he won. So he's laying in bed knowing, hey, I won $1 million, or roughly there, close to it. And then he got to thinking, well, I had other tickets. So let's check those and just see if I won some partial, had a couple numbers right or whatever. Come to find out, he had the same numbers in there and won twice. He won close to $2 million, and theirs is tax-free. And changed his life in an instant by making a mistake. Well, I mean, he won $1 million. Who wouldn't want to win $1 million? No matter how much money you have, $1 million is $1 million. I just thought that one was quite interesting. So this is longer than my usual videos are because they're mainly between 5 and 6, 7 minutes, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with some pictures and some narration of drug busts gone bad. The man on the left is attempting to smuggle drugs in through his pants. He's guessing that people will think that this is part of his junk and not inconspicuous enough to believe that he's not carrying anything illegal. The man on the right is from Spinal Tap. For those of you familiar with the movie, he tried to smuggle a foil-wrapped cucumber through the metal detector. Of course, this was a joke, knowing he would get caught. This image shows a man who is smuggling bottles of whiskey underneath his formal dress wear that his religion would wear. Apparently, they heard bottles clinking together as he was walking and decided to investigate. In this image, these are what I first thought to be kielbasa or smoked sausage. They're not. They're supposed to look like carrots. They're painted orange, and they look like carrots. They look like it'd have to be jumbo carrots, with the exception of these are laced with marijuana. When I say laced, there's a pound stuffed in almost every one of them. Nothing to see here. Just your everyday shipment of bananas laced with bricks of heroin. Move along, nothing to see here. In this last image, a woman attempted to board a plane with a carry-on that contained toiletries and cosmetics filled with cocaine. The amount was undisclosed. I guess this gives a whole new meaning to the 311 rule at airport security. Alright everybody, this is Penguin, and I am going to leave you off for the night, and I'm going to say be somebody important. Be yourself. Peace out everybody.